oh my God, it's about affordability. And I'm like, no shit. What do you think Fix the Damn Roads was about? Every election's about affordability. Primaries are not fun, but you gotta come together afterward.
Hey, so you are running?
So how early into next year do you declare your candidacy for president?
This is Gavin Newsom.
And this is Gretchen Whitmer. I went to school here at State. My first elective office was president of my sorority, and it was the one right across the field behind us. It's known to, spend some time here.
Governor Whitmer at Crunchies. This is not your first time here, is it?
I know. I filmed re-election commercials in this bar.
Commercials here? What'd you do? What
Hell yeah, I was sitting at the bar.
Doing shots or something? What kind of election?
Beer.
Was it just beer?
Yeah.
So you got election. That's a key, right? Just everyday person.
I mean, who do you want to have a beer with? The lady on television having a beer.
So that honestly, was that one of your first commercials for governor?
It was in the re-elect. And the first one, I was a little more, conservative. I just said things like, fix the damn roads.
Yeah, fix the damn roads. By the way, how'd you come up with that slogan?
I didn't. I just listened to people. My favorite thing is to get around the state and ask people, if I'm lucky enough to get elected, what can I do that'll make your life better?
Yeah.
And then I shut up. And I listened. And people said all over the place, fix the damn roads. And it really was like this conversation with this woman at the Detroit Children's Hospital. Yeah. She's got a son in the hospital, 3 other kids at home. She's paying for childcare for them. She's driving in from Flint down to Detroit, so not a short drive. And I was in the hospital with her, and I said, if I'm lucky enough to get elected, what can I do? And she looked at me and she goes, fix the damn roads. And I was shocked. Not that I hadn't heard that a million times, but I thought she was going to say healthcare.
Yeah, right.
Childcare, education, And I said, all right, give me a little more perspective. Like, why is this top of mind for you? And she hit a pothole on the way to visit her child in the hospital, and it sidelined her for a whole day. She didn't have a second car she could just jump in. She had to get her car fixed.
Oh, wow. Yeah.
It was $1,000. So that's money out of rent and childcare. And so that was like the moment for me that when the fundamentals are broken, the people on the margins feel it the worst, right?
Yeah.
If your water, like at this point when I was running, Flint, you couldn't drink the water. And
I forgot that was around.
People
that was
with
the time
means
that was all peak.
can go out and buy bottled water.
Yeah.
But if you don't, you're trapped. If the education system isn't working for your family, some people just hire a tutor and don't think anything of it.
Yeah.
Most people can't do that. So it's like, fix the damn roads. When people said that to me, it's like, this is.
So you just started testing it out. I mean, you just you started to tell the story a little bit, and then people are like, and you just respond. All of a sudden, you're like, this is now my new stump speech.
Well, yeah, when you're talking to people, you start to mirror, and it keeps you zeroed in on what's important.
100%.
And I would have people cross the street, and you're like, you're the one that wants to fix the roads. I'm like, this is a thing. We had a bus. It was written on the side of the bus. But it was really funny because there's this event that I did, and this little old lady, sweet little old lady, she's like, I love you. You're the one who's out there. And you say, I'm going to fix the goddamn roads. I'm like, no. I don't say God. I do have a limit. Good. I do have a limit.
You do have a limit. So, but that literally, it's, if people think about Gretchen, it is so iconically identified with you.
But it wasn't about me. I didn't come up with it. We didn't poll test it.
But that's why it works, because you listened. It's like Ed Koch used to do that. Yeah, give me feedback.
Yeah.
Yeah.
You got to have stories like that, right?
Course,
like from the trail where someone said something and it just hits you like, damn, that's
But what were wrong with your damn roads? Were they that bad? Yeah.
Was
the last governor not doing?
Decades of underfunding.
So what'd you fix? I mean, I love all the numerics you put out, 12,000, whatever, thousands and thousands of miles. What'd you do? You would do a bond or just a lot of general fund?
I had to do so I came out with a gas tax, which, as you can imagine, was very unpopular.
Well done. Everyone loves a gas tax.
Like I said, I was going to do it, so I did. And of course, I couldn't even get the Democrats in the legislature to introduce it for me. Wow. Fun times. So then I did a bond because I couldn't get the legislature.
You never moved forward.
And then I got a legislature that was Republican on one side and Democratic on the other.
Yeah.
And that's when the magic happened. We passed marijuana taxes, and we took all the money that was raised at the pump and put it into roads as opposed to parsing it out amongst the budget.
Got it.
And that's how we built finally the solution, or a big part of the solution to fixing the damn roads.
And then so your re-elect became more
and
about.
now people are pissed that there's so much road construction.
So inconvenient.
I'm sorry. And you're welcome.
Do you put your name on all the signs? Are you one of those governors?
God, no.
Tell the truth. Oh,
I don't.
Never? You never did that?
I don't.
Tempted?
I don't
Your staff
sign
came in with a big sign one day and you're like, maybe.
I don't sign the, tax relief
You don't do
checks
relief?
myself.
Your own? You don't do that?
State treasurer does it. No, I do things a little more traditionally.
Secretary of States tend to have that, right? Like doesn't Jocelyn,
Well,
she,
her name's on
everything?
all sorts of
like the
buildings
DMV,
and,
everything. Yeah. That's
and
an
she's
advantage.
proud to because now she cut down the weight. So that's a good thing.
No, she was like, that's her version of fix the damn roads,
Exactly.
right? She fixed the DMV.
Yep.
4-letter word, DMV.
Yep.
It's legit.
Exactly.
So you then started drinking heavily for the first term, and then alcohol became the new slogan for the reelect.
Of course.
Is that? I mean, I just want to go back to where
we all
we
were
began.
with COVID.
By the way, you were one of the few remaining, right?
Yeah.
There's only a handful of us.
Yep.
Those OGs of the
we
COVID
came
era.
in together, man, and we
how-
walked through the fire. It forged us.
Do you think back about COVID much anymore?
I do. I'm reflecting on the last 7.5 years. We got a handful of months left.
I know. It's weird, right?
It's gone by fast. Like there were days where it felt like months. The day was a month.
Yes.
But I'm thinking about all of it. I'm thinking, I'm grateful for a lot of the good stuff we got done. I'm stronger and tougher and thicker skin because of all the stuff we couldn't control. I had to deal with.
But honestly, do people bring up people? It's amazing to me how people don't want to talk about COVID.
Right.
They literally just no one. Even the critics, like the loudest critics, like move on, something else.
Yeah.
Do you feel? Do you get that as well?
Yeah. Well, I have this. It's like it warped my sense of time. Do you know what I mean? It feels like a decade ago.
I know.
In a way, and it feels like yesterday at the same time. It's the strangest phenomenon. I think we all kind of want to put that in the rear view mirror.
What'd you make of Fauci and all that? Did they bring back some of those memories?
Yeah, but and I feel bad for him. God, people were trying to do the right thing with the information that we had. Whether you were Dr. Fauci or Governor,
his boss, President Trump.
Yeah.
Right.
Yeah.
Who you worked reasonably collaboratively with him during COVID, right?
No.
At all?
No.
I mean, he was taking shots at all of us.
He was not a fan. That woman from Michigan.
We called you woman. That's the least of the critiques.
Plot
The plot didn't.
That
was a little inspired, but he didn't. I mean, in no way were you able to back channel with him during.
No, not my first term.
That's
it
so
was
interesting.
very contentious, and that's why going to the second term, I didn't know what to expect. To be honest, I watched. I stumped for Kamala. You worked so hard. We all worked really hard for the ticket.
Yeah.
And I woke up the next day thinking, my state voted for Donald Trump again.
Yeah.
And I got to figure out how to conduct myself here. After I tuned out for about a month.
Did you? Yeah.
I had to turn off all the social media.
Oh my gosh! Right.
I watched 8 episodes of Dexter, or 8 seasons of Dexter.
You like
to cheer myself up.
I was going to get cheered up by Dexter. Jesus.
And then I came out of it. And I thought, I took an oath to the people of Michigan. I got 2 years left, and I got work to do. So
open hand.
I wrote him a
close
note
fist.
after his inauguration. I watched his inauguration.
You wrote him a note. Wow. Did he respond to it?
He did. He called me. I put my number in it, and I said,
"Wow."
Because in his inaugural speech, he said something about auto workers, and I thought, all right, there's my hook.
Opening.
Congratulations, you won the election. I noticed you talk about auto workers. If that's something you want to work on, I'd love to work with you if you want to help the industry. Here's my number. And he called me.
Good conversation.
And then he called me a number of times since then.
And you visited the White House a few times.
I did. Well, we've had, every state has had natural disasters and
I spent 90
events
minutes with him in the Oval right after.
Right.
Yeah.
Right.
So many of them.
That's the job.
It's the damn job. And take the heat, right? You get it.
I worked hard to make sure he wasn't in the Oval Office, but he was. And for Michigan, I got to try to show up.
And those are good meetings, right?
I've gotten some really good stuff done. Honestly.
He delivered for you guys.
I had a fighter mission
right.
at Selfridge Air National Guard Base. And I tried to get that done under the Biden administration.
And they
didn't get over the finish line.
Yeah.
But I got it done with him. So that's a huge deal to Michigan.
Yeah.
So even though I don't like it, I know how to work with people I'm not, best friends with.
I get it.
To put it lightly.
I get it. So you're now like me. We've got a sell-by date.
Yep.
You said you're going to a version of running a 110-yard dash through noon January 1st.
Yep.
What was your exact quote? What did you say? You specifically said you're not gonna sleep. It was one of those,
I don't know.
You don't even remember, but
it was so memorable. I forgot. I don't know.
But you're basically running through the tape.
Yeah.
I mean, do you feel that way, or are you slowing down right now?
Oh no, I feel that way.
Or are you just saying that because you're a politician?
No, it was funny.
You were legitimately working as hard as you've ever worked.
One of the candidates for governor,
yes,
who didn't come out of the primary, didn't make it to the primary, said, I bet you're starting to slow down, aren't you? And I'm like, do you know what this job is? Like, no, there's no slowing down. We've had so many different challenges, so many opportunities. I just got the budget done like a month ago. There's always something
you just
going
finished
on.
the budget.
We got a full-time legislature. I think you guys do too,
Oh,
right?
do we ever?
So
yeah.
It never stops.
It never stops. And are you enjoying it?
I am.
Are you enjoying it almost too much that you're like, oh gosh, now I'm really enjoying it?
No.
And I'm leaving?
No. I'm savoring the things I love about the job, and I'm blessing and releasing the things that I'm doing for the last time.
And what is it about the thing? What are the things that you're just blessed to be able to let them go? Is it the root? Is it the thing that's every year and has been every year, and it's just cliche and it's and it's just everyone's going through the motions?
I don't know about you, but I've never loved giving the state of the state, like the pomp and circumstance and long speech. I don't like long speeches. I don't like listening to long speeches. I don't like giving long speeches. That stuff, the pomp and I like doing the work. I like the people.
I'm exactly the same way.
Yeah.
Yeah. Some people live for all that other stuff.
They love all the ceremony.
How long are your states of the state?
Well, so usually, like for a typical governor in Michigan, it's an hour.
Yeah.
My first one, I think, was 35 minutes.
I bet you got a standing ovation.
40 minutes. I'm like, come on, you guys are killing me.
And how about this last one?
I think it was a little bit longer because I wanted to thank
everybody,
my cabinet, everyone who's been.
And what do you think of your last state of the state? You proud of it? Was it a legacy state of the state? Was it like wrapping a bow, unfinished work? What was it? How do you describe it? How'd you feel?
I think it was just an honest assessment of what we got done and what more we have to do. I was trying to figure out. So our House is Republican controlled. Our Senate is Democratic controlled. So I focused on literacy and housing and medical debt because I thought maybe those are three things that this group of people could do in an election year. Not a whole lot gets done in election years.
Yeah. The budget, how'd you feel about your budget?
That was good, all things considered. You
get everything you needed, everything you wanted?
Well, tariffs have really hurt Michigan. And so our budget was tougher this year, like a lot of us. Yeah. And then with all the Medicaid cuts out of D.C. and then what's on the horizon in terms of Medicaid cuts from the big happy bill or whatever the hell, beautiful bill they call it.
Big, beautiful betrayal.
Yeah. I mean, so it is a tough budget. I think we got a lot of good stuff in it, but it was a protect budget more than like an aggressive, let's go out and do these new big things. And I think year 8 is not the time to do big new things.
Amen. What are you going to miss most about the job, you think?
The people. The people
that you just engage with as governor. And ability to.
And my team, I've got a phenomenal team. Yeah. But I think it's that high intensity work every day. Like my biggest worry is like not having enough to do. I thrive in the, the pace and the people and the diversity of issues. And, Yeah, it's fun.
And the things in a million, you just like out of nowhere.
Yeah.
You're challenged with that came literally just zigzag.
Right. They're shooting down a Chinese spy balloon over Lake Huron.
Right.
Oh, okay.
Let's
get down to the State Emergency Operations Center and figure out what the hell's going on.
Yeah. What are you most proud of? You talked about you talk about literacy a lot and your obviously the budget state of the state. Is that, do you really feel that's sort of a signature for you? Besides the roads? The
roads. We feed kids breakfast and lunch every day in our schools. 1.4 million kids get 2 meals a day, 5 days a week because of that work. Yeah. Michigan now, if you're LGBTQ, you've got full civil rights protections in your home and in your workplace, which you didn't have before.
Didn't before, wow. Yeah.
We now have enshrined women's reproductive rights into the Constitution, and we've made a lot of policy changes to embrace that and make it stronger. If you look at what Michigan was 8 years ago and what it is today, this whole progressive establishment conversation is funny to me because, I've been referred to as establishment. I'm like, look at how much we've
Right.
done. Like I was always the insurgent progressive, and now, the ripe old age of double nickels.
Yeah.
But it's fine. Debate's good. I don't begrudge anyone that. I just think what you see in Michigan today versus what we were 8 years ago,
Right.
it's drastically different, and I'm really proud of that.
What do you, if you look back, you struggled with most to get done and you fell a little short? Something you really want to get done, but you got this mixed legislature, or you had Dems that just didn't move. I mean, you mentioned trying to get originally a gas tax to help with the roads to begin with, and that was blocked. What other issues?
I would like to have done more when it comes to campaign finance reform. Transparency. I think, but it's hard at the state level to remedy all the problems that have been created by the U.S. Supreme Court.
Yeah.
So that's ultimately got to be, a federal solution there. But I do think that there's, even in Michigan law, there are probably a lot of things that we could have fixed and cleaned up.
Interesting. What other things is it, housing issues or?
We've done a lot in housing.
Yeah.
I think we've actually, I'm proud of that work, but there's always more to do. There's always more.
Right.
I think that's part of the thing, governing in these times is like, even when you get good wins on the board, the size of so many of the problems that we're confronted with are they dwarf some of the solutions sometimes. So it's hard to say this, like we didn't fix every road in Michigan. Although if you're a driver and you're bitching about me under your breath as you see all the orange barrels, you might think we are. There's always going to be more work to do.
So no real regrets. I mean, you haven't.
There's regret.
But nothing that sort of captures
There's no glaring thing that stands out. Well, how would you answer that question?
It's interesting. I get it a lot. I'm starting to get it, right? We're both starting to get these.
Yeah.
Forgive me. I'm doing to you what I hate other people do to me. So tell me how you're feeling now that you're a lame duck with us. What are you looking at? I haven't even asked your 2028 question, Governor.
All right.
Yeah.
Well, we'll get to that.
Yeah,
How would you
we'll
answer
get to
the
that.
question? Just ask me.
No,
Governor, let's go back.
No, what's the thing that, because there's dozens of little things, but moreover, what I concluded the other day, I was more reflective because I was frustrated with my own answer after, some podcast or something. And I thought about it, and it's an obnoxious thing to say, but it left an impression as I was reflecting on it. This notion of accommodation, how often I settled for the deal just to get this thing done, the compromise that went a little maybe, I should have pushed harder, or I accommodated with the cities, the counties a little too much, or, we gave up too much of this, or we didn't take, And so I think about this notion of accommodation in relationship to how people are so frustrated with government not delivering.
Yeah.
And the sort of the smash mouth. That is the one thing I think they connect with Trump, those executive orders, shock and awe. They felt like, all right, finally someone's doing something, fair or unfair. I think ridiculously unfair to you and to others that are working so hard. But there's a sense of, that we're slow.
Yeah. It's, these, I remember during the presidential debates before Biden beat Trump, right? And there were 17 people that were running as a Democrat for president.
Yeah, right.
And we hosted one of the first debates in Detroit, but it was 2 nights because there were so many people that they had to break it up, like 7 one night and 9 the other night or whatever. And that math doesn't really add up, but 8, 9, whatever
it was.
6,
I get
7,
it.
no.
Yeah.
And so
6. Did you say 6, 7?
I did.
Really?
Dorky.
Wow. 6, 7. We're in trouble. We're gonna get destroyed.
I know my kids are gonna roast me.
Oh my God.
But so I remember watching those debates, and there were 3 governors on the stage, right?
Yeah.
So Bullock, Inslee, and Hickenlooper.
That's right.
And they were all like not
that's
cutting through, right? Everyone else was outdoing one another, whatever the issue was.
Right.
They were outflanking one another, which is what happens in primaries, right?
Oh, of course.
But I remember looking at the governors, and it's, as governors, we got to get shit done. We got to deliver at the end of the day. We have to compromise, and it's.
Yeah.
I was a member of the legislative body. I love to take positions on issues all day. I love to out left my
You
buddies,
like the virtue
right?
signals.
Sure,
And, you know.
that's fun. But at the end of the day,
So
when you're
different.
the chief executive, you can't
know.
do that. You've got to get a budget done.
Right.
You've got to get things.
So
to
what do you make of people's
resolution.
frustration by that? They don't accept that. I mean, is that the dialogue? Is that the debate we're having right now? Is it more incumbency versus establishment, or is it really left right from your perspective, or left center, or whatever variant of that?
I think, I don't know. It's a good question. I don't know what the answer is. I tend to think that people want a fighter. They always want a fighter, right?
Yeah.
They always want someone who's going to go
Yeah.
to the mat for you.
Yeah.
But by the same token, fighting just for the purpose of fighting doesn't make anyone's life better,
Amen.
right? So you got to fight and deliver.
Yeah.
I think you can do both. I think a lot of our colleagues,
Yeah.
a lot of our colleagues have been able to strike that balance, but
Right.
you know, it's the knowledge of how to get things done and the ability to do it. It's really an important part of the process.
Kind of, right? It's the practical application of ideals. You got to be in, as Bill Clinton would say, the how business.
Yep.
What and why is kind of easy.
Yep.
It's the how.
Right.
And also, and as a governor, I know you can appreciate this, program passing is not problem solving. The minute we sign a piece of legislation, everyone then moves on to the legislature. Meanwhile, we got to deliver.
Right.
We got to implement.
Right.
That's hard. I mean, and all the zigs and zags and federal dollars that didn't materialize, or state dollars that fell short, or, you know, caseloads that were twice as big, and all kinds of issues with the cities and counties that didn't go well.
Yeah. Well, we just had a thing, you know, where there were a bunch of bills that were sent to me. Well, they should have been sent to me 18 months ago. But the leadership in the House changed, and the House didn't send them to me. And there's all
They
these
can hold
lawsuits.
bills that long?
You can't.
Okay.
Now the Supreme Court has weighed in.
Got
But
it.
here we are 18 months later.
Wow.
And these bills had massive ramifications for the budget. They had old timelines in them that were written into statute that never, it was just, and you would have been locked into litigation forever.
Yeah.
So I couldn't sign them. But it really made a lot of my longtime allies mad. They wanted those bills done. And had they been presented to me 18 months before, we'd be having a different conversation.
Yeah.
But it's hard. Like, the executive jobs are hard. I'm telling you something.
No, I know.
It's groundbreaking, Gretchen.
Especially when you veto something that gets 100% of the legislature or something,
Yeah.
you got to explain that as well.
Well,
What's
or
your
100% of the people on your side of the aisle.
Or
when-
worse. Yeah,
Yeah.
that's harder.
It's
what
tough.
are you? Where are you on the veto threshold? You must compare with previous governors, your veto percentage.
My first term, it was a completely Republican legislature all 4 years.
Yeah,
During
so
COVID, they sued me. They tried to take away my powers. Like, it was
yeah,
ugly.
yeah.
So I used some extraordinary powers of the governor's office. Many of them didn't know I possessed.
Correct.
And I kind of reset the table, and we had a better working relationship after the first year, ironically.
Yeah.
But especially after COVID. It got so ugly here on the ground in Michigan, like it did everywhere. I know you had it.
Really?
Too.
Really?
Yeah.
Trust me. What?
Wait, did they try to kidnap you?
They didn't try to kidnap, but
Oh.
we had some crazy stuff. I
Yeah.
mean,
I
although
know.
death and
I'm
the
just
lawsuit, but yeah, yours, that's,
It was
I mean,
hard
that's
everywhere.
madness.
It was hard everywhere.
yeah, but that was next level stuff.
Yeah.
Next level, especially your kids, your family.
Yeah.
And by the way, how are kids being raised by a governor? That's not easy, right? How are they doing?
They're doing great. They're doing great.
And
You know,
they survived all this. I mean, meaning, do you
have-
think they thrived or they just survived?
I think their whole generation struggles, right?
Yeah.
Like, they didn't have a lot of the experiences that we had growing
Yeah.
up.
No, I
Their
get it.
whole existence is so different with
Yeah.
technology, and then living through a pandemic during really important formative years. You know, everyone was so pissed off that I pulled kids out of school.
Yes.
I canceled prom. I canceled graduation. Guess what? I canceled my own kids' proms and graduation.
I
So I
know.
was hearing it inside my house as well as out on the front lawn.
Right. I know.
But yeah,
Hard.
we were doing what we thought was the right thing to do at the time.
At the time, we just put out about 1,000-page report reflecting on COVID. What
Oh,
we did right, what we did wrong, both through the Health and Human Services lens, but also
Yeah.
through the Office of Emergency Service.
mm-hmm.
And it was just an interesting exercise because we hadn't, to dive that deep. And as I said, quite literally, I'm not exaggerating, 1,000 pages, which makes it, thank God for AI. You can at least run it through that and get a summary. But it was a hell of a thing to go back through all that.
Yeah.
and everyone's a genius in hindsight. I mean, genius in
Oh,
hindsight.
right. Oh,
You know,
absolutely.
could have. I mean, I just remember the Purell days. Remember, you couldn't even buy Purell. We were like, every bulk purchase.
The last in-person rally of the presidential election in 2020 was in Detroit, Michigan, with Joe Biden, and we are hugging on each other, but we're doing this instead of shaking hands, but we're breathing all over each other.
Yeah.
We thought we were doing the right thing. No one knew this was a respiratory virus.
You've been vetted twice for vice president, right?
Once.
Once?
Yeah.
You weren't the first time.
I was vetted for Biden.
For Biden, yeah.
Yeah. And then when Harris, became the nominee, they asked if I would be interested, but
So that was the vetting. Okay, so that's
I had gone through it, and
what was it like going through the VP vetting?
I mean,
Come on, that was pretty cool, right? To get the call the first time.
Well, I was only, you and I were only in our second year as governors,
which is amazing.
Right? We're in the middle of a pandemic.
Wow.
It was a lot, but I thought it was so important that we win that election.
Yeah.
I went through the process, but when we got the call and it wasn't me, everyone in my household was really happy.
Oh, Jesus.
And there were many times where I saw the vice president, dealing with things, and I thought, oh, so happy. I'm still governor of Michigan.
You had to be disappointed. Tell the truth.
I really wasn't,
Oh,
Gavin.
come on.
Honestly.
Seriously?
Yeah.
Really?
Yeah.
Wow.
But I would have turned my whole family's life upside down.
Oh, big time.
In that moment, because it was so important that we win, I thought.
Yeah.
And we did. And I'm really grateful that we did.
It was good. And people forget, I mean, it wasn't just COVID we were all going through. All the George Floyd, everything was happening out on the streets. And then you got the supply chain shocks and inflation and war. I mean, it was those were 3 years.
Yeah.
But they also, was it your experience, maybe similar to mine, that it also forced functions to deliver faster using executive order, using emergency power. There's sort of, once a mind is stretched, doesn't go back to original form meeting. You also accelerated a lot of things.
Yeah.
And it shifted a different gear.
Oh, there were lessons that absolutely inured to our benefit going forward on a variety of fronts. There's no question. And I think about all the relationships that were forged during that time that have been beneficial, right? I mean, I worked so closely with all of my, fellow Midwestern governors to try to problem solve. We built a global procurement operation essentially overnight, right? We were all building planes while we were flying them.
Yep.
California had a much bigger purchasing power, but Michigan's the 10th largest state, and we were able to, do a lot of things that we didn't previously have those muscles.
No, but we were all, I mean, the crazy thing, it was just, I mean, dog eat dog. I mean, as much as we were collaborating, we were competing.
We were pit against one
right?
another. Mm-hmm.
I mean, masks and ventilators and all that.
You were on, maybe on that call, they did those governor's
Oh,
calls.
yeah, all of them,
where he said, I'm not a shipping clerk. I'm not the country shipping clerk or something like that. And that, I think, was the moment where I was like, holy.
We're on our own.
We're on our own, and we got to build a global procurement operation. And then when we'd get something, we would find out that we were undercut by the federal government. And it was like,
we were literally, right?
I'm told I got to go do this, and now you're making it harder.
No, I remember undercutting some other states. Then we started doing the collaborations, and we actually were doing bulk purchases that we were able to share, even with Ducey, Republican, and Arizona.
Well, you
and
sent
elsewhere.
me respirators.
Yeah, we were able
sent
to.
You, we were helping each other.
When we help each other. So when we could. And it's interesting. We're now working. We've got this West Coast Collaborative, which we started back in Trump 1.0, but now to deal with. Not saying it's a shadow CDC, but particularly as it relates to truth and trust. So we've been able to, those muscles are continuing to be flexed in terms of that kind of collaborative spirit. So it's interesting. I think you're right. Looking back at that, it was, organizations like the DGA, NGA, even for that matter.
At that point, NGA really
mattered.
Was and very important.
Yeah, National Governors Association.
Yep.
So you got a few more. I mean, so what do you do now? I mean, you're gonna go on trips that you otherwise had not gone on. Tell the truth. What's your agenda look like in the next?
I don't know yet.
Few months.
So the next governor will take their oath of office at noon on the 1st of January.
Yeah.
I'm hoping to take a little bit of time off. You know, I want to get out and see the
But you
national
don't
parks.
take time off.
I don't. I'm
Yeah,
not
so
good
you
at
just did. You're not one of those people.
But I don't know. I think I want to build a portfolio of sorts because I want to have enough diversity to keep me interested. I want to keep helping Democrats across the country.
Right.
I want to help make sure that Michigan's a fertile place for a Democratic nominee for
So
president.
you're running for president. This sounds like a candidate for office. I know politicians. You are giving me I'm going to take time for the family line.
What are you going to do?
And
January
stay
1,
engaged.
Gavin Newsom. What
I'm
are
trying
you
to figure it
going to do?
out. I'm going to take your advice. Call Paul Ryan. You call Paul Ryan
I did.
for
I
advice.
talked to Paul Ryan.
Actually, Paul's an interesting guy.
He
I've
is.
met him only once, but I was actually
He did an
I was
event
surprised.
on Mackinac Island, and it was at the residence that I hosted, and we got chatting, and so, someone said, if you want to figure out what you want to do, look at people who've done it well, made the transition.
Yeah, well,
and so I
he's
called
done
him,
very well.
and he spent some time with me. We've had a number of conversations since. He's been great. I feel
And
really.
he's an interesting guy. He's got a great
He
perspective.
is, and he
everything.
said, this is how I thought about it. You might want to think about it this way. I have enough that keeps you engaged, but you got to have some things that feed your soul, right?
That's
in the
the
process.
thing, right?
Yeah.
So I love the way you described his portfolio. You also got Gina gave you advice.
Yep, Jennifer Granholm.
And Jennifer.
I'm lucky. I've gotten to know a lot of
Yeah.
cool people who've, I think, gone on beyond public service. To do
What
some
did
cool
what did
things.
Jennifer tell you? She wanted to go to work at Berkeley or something?
The premise
What are
of
you going to
my
do?
conversation is like doing cool things beyond public office.
I worked with Jennifer
Still
on
not
Current
listening
TV. Current TV.
Oh, you did?
We both had a TV show.
Oh.
That's what she did. Remember,
Yeah,
after she was
right.
worked for Al Gore.
Yep.
And then we were employees for a
Al
hot
Jazeera.
second. Al Jazeera. We literally walked in. True story. I swear to God. I remember
remember
walking
that.
in the same day she walked in. No one gave us heads up, and we were now officially employed to Al Jazeera, which was my last show. No offense, but it was a little bit shocking. But she's done well,
Yeah.
and she's filled her soul.
Yeah.
So
I think
that's-
it's, this job, what I love is every day is different, the diversity of things.
Yeah.
You're always intellectually stimulated. And I think I love that about this job. And that's why I got to
But
figure
that
out.
makes it hard to detox, right? From that kind of energy, that sort of, it's an identity too, right?
It is. Yeah.
Governor.
But
Hey,
it's
governor.
funny. So I just endorsed the woman who's running to replace me, Jocelyn Benson, our Secretary of State. And
Who,
we
by
did
the
this-
way, I think is fabulous.
she's great.
And
She's
so
really
apparently
great.
does the primary voters.
Yeah.
83% or
Oh
whatever.
yeah.
Come
No,
on.
she's great. And we did this event and we did a press scrum afterward and she got, I don't know, 5 out of the 8 questions. And I was like, oh,
Here
this
it
is
goes.
really nice.
Here it goes already.
No, I was like, this
oh,
is
you
really
can have,
nice.
come on.
I think some of our colleagues would be like, I'm still the governor.
Yeah.
Talk to
Excuse me.
I was like, oh no, please continue. It was really nice. So my husband and I are building a house. We're like excited for the next chapter, but I don't know what all it looks like.
You have a little idea.
I'm a lawyer. I can.
Oh, you're going to be
some-
of counsel or something?
Maybe.
You got a
that could be a
pack.
part
Don't
of
you
it.
have a pack or something?
I do. I've got a Fight Like Hell pack.
Yeah, I like that. It's a good name.
.org. And
.org. You can donate. FightLikeHell.org.
and we're training. We're recruiting and training people. So a lot of those folks that won in Virginia to flip the legislature, so
Yeah.
Abigail's got friends in the legislature.
Right.
We trained a lot of those people. We've done that in
Love it.
Wisconsin and Michigan. So I definitely want to continue to do that. That's a lot of fun.
That's a lot of fun. The true Gretch, where'd that come from?
A true grit. I don't know.
What is it?
So Gretch.
Where's this whole Gretch thing? Was it a rapper? Is that a true story?
Yes. So I'm named after both my grandmothers, Gretchen and Esther.
Right.
Grandma Gretchen always said, never let anyone call you Gretch. It is not attractive.
Oh,
it
geez.
rhymes with wretch.
Okay. Yeah.
And so I always had this aversion. Like if you called me Gretch, I was like,
You're like,
I didn't like
yeah,
it.
yeah.
And so during the COVID, all of a sudden this nickname, Big Gretch, started
Gretch.
coming out of Detroit. And I was like, what is this? Because immediately I've got, like, what woman was big on the front of her nickname, number one? And then Gretch was not. Ugh.
Yeah.
But so I was talking to a woman on my team from Detroit, Shaquila Myers, and I'm like, what is this? And she goes, oh my God, it's the best compliment ever. The people of Detroit, they're bestowing love on you. They want to award you a pair of buffs. And I'm like, what are buffs? Like, what are we talking? It's buffalo horn Cartiers. Like, this
Okay.
is the symbol of, like, you've done some good. So,
Nice.
we award you buffs. Anyway, it turned into a rap song, Big Gretch. Donald Trump was picking on me, and I stood up to him to keep people safe. It's just, anyway, it turned into a thing, and now it's my favorite nickname.
It's your favorite name.
And Grandma Gretchen's rolling in her grave.
She's not happy with this.
Because I'm Big Gretch, and it's going on my tombstone.
It's horrible. It's horrible. Big. But you said true in your book.
Well, I worked with Lisa Dickey, who I know you know.
She's great.
She's wonderful.
Great.
Helped
we
me
love
write
Lisa.
that book.
Hello, Lisa.
Helped me write the book, and
it was a fun book. It was so different.
Yeah.
And it was a lighter book.
I wanted to put some light into the world.
Yeah.
It was feeling dark. We were going into the presidential election.
Yeah.
I thought,
did you write it because you were going to run for president?
No.
Serious?
Would you talk about throwing up on your high school principal?
I don't know. It's honest. We like honest.
I would be a little more like self-aggrandizing, I think, if I was laying the groundwork for a presidential run.
My failure was I didn't try, or whatever. Yes.
I worked too hard.
I worked too hard, and at times I let people down.
I'm too generous.
Those books have never been written.
Book. If you're looking for that kind of book, that ain't it.
What? So when you think about, honestly, have you designed now the next 100 days? I mean, it's, we talk about the first 100 days.
Oh,
what about the last 100 days? I mean, do you work your way back to noon, 11:59 a.m.?
A little bit. We've got to run a transition. So as soon as the election's over, so we're getting all of that set up for whomever's coming next. We do believe in the transfer of power, right? Orderly. We believe in it. We accept outcomes of elections. I hope
you got a lot of attorneys, because that's going to be contested.
I know, it certainly
right?
will.
Undoubtedly. No question.
It'll be and then the legislature will come back for a little while during lame duck session. But first we have hunting break. Do you do hunting break in California?
We have more hunters in our state than most other states.
Okay.
Probably any other state.
Does your legislature take a break?
Legislature does not. It doesn't. I mean, we
do.
You do? October's hunting, right? Elk
November 15th.
Oh, here's November.
Commences 2 weeks. Yeah.
Interesting.
Yeah.
Are you a big hunter?
It's rifle season. See,
it's rifle. See,
I'm
a bow.
I'm bow.
Bow's earlier.
Yeah.
We do bow.
Me, not so much.
You're not a bow hunter?
I'm not a hunter.
You're not a hunter,
When I went to the legislature, I was practicing law. And then I moved to the legislature, practicing law, working my butt off, billing every 6 minutes of my life,
Gosh.
Then I come to the legislature and I'm like, we're taking 2 weeks off for hunting season?
You go fishing or something?
Amazing.
This is amazing.
No, I got ready for Thanksgiving.
That is it.
Had fun, yeah.
What do you make of this? I mean, you're in the center. It's so interesting, the center of the political universe right now, Michigan. But the whole DSA thing. I'm from San Francisco.
Yeah.
It was called the Green Party back. It was the Green Party. It was progressives and the old sort of progressive, the original progressive thing, sort of early Howard Dean. Right now, it seems as if it's, it's more novel. It's exploded on the scene. It's become. What do you make of all this? I mean, even outside of just your own Senate, the campaign here that we just had. But what do you make of the larger macro of what's going on? I
think there definitely is a broader debate in the people who identify as Democrats, right? And they're identifying themselves differently. I think the right has really grabbed onto it because they know if you say socialist and communist, that it scares people.
Yeah,
yes, we want to get more people covered with health care. Absolutely. We want to help bring down the cost of things. I don't want chaotic tariff policies that make Michiganders' lives more expensive and harder. I don't want to be at a verbal war and trade war with Canada, for God's sake. That makes it harder to make a dime here in Michigan. I mean, I think that there are so many things that we all agree on. The ability for some to use that title, right, to kind of scare people away from us it's problematic. But I do think that there are younger people who are coming in who see the world differently, who have got a different lived experience, and that are really having an impact on a lot of these elections.
But for those that do identify on the DSA moniker, what do you think is it the totality of the issues? Is it one issue, or is it a tonal point that emphasizes or is allowed that they're emphasizing that's allowing their success? What is it? One thing, many things? Is it, what do you think it is, or is an anti-establishment incumbent Right.
Doesn't it seem like there's always like an anti-establishment, though? Every time it's just who the establishment is what changes.
Yeah.
It's like when people say, "Oh, last cycle's elections of Abigail Spanberger and Mikey Sherrill. Oh my God, it's about affordability," and I'm like, "No shit. What do you think Fix the Damn Roads was about?" Like every election's about affordability.
Amen.
So it's it's interesting to have been in office, different offices over the last 25 years to see so many of the similar things happen, but they're called differently.
That's so true. Right.
And I think that kind of helps with perspective. But when you're younger, and certainly I felt like we were renegades when I was young. But you look back, if you go back a little further, you're okay. It was cyclical.
Interesting. What do you? Israel plays a huge role. Just Gaza issues.
I think
Is that
in Michigan,
is that
even more than
even
maybe
more?
other parts of the country, because we've got such a large Arab population. I also think there is a generational difference playing out here that is something that we got to work through.
Right.
No question. But I do think that that's an issue that's it's playing out across the country, but I think even it's maybe even more pronounced here in Michigan.
You within 12 hours endorsed. You went down the ticket, endorsed everybody.
I endorsed the whole ticket after the primary.
You didn't take a beat. That was easy for you to do.
We don't have time to take a beat.
Yeah.
Primaries are not fun, but you got to come together afterward, because the thought of the real threat of John James as the next governor of Michigan, or Mike Rogers going to the U.S. Senate and making the difference whether or not we can hold Donald Trump accountable, whether or not we can push back on the Trump policies that are hurting people and the MAGA Republicans in Washington, D.C., that's the biggest threat. And that's why, I didn't waste any time, and I'm going to work hard. I'm also the vice chair of our organization, the Democratic Governors Association, so I'm doing a lot of work across the country with our candidates. I'm going to spend a little time with Amy Acton in Ohio and Keisha Lance Bottoms and Georgia. So I'm going to be getting around, and we got a lot of great candidates. But these governor's races, I think if we've learned anything in the last 10 years, who the governor is matters. It matters
front lines
for election purposes. It matters in the midst of a pandemic. It matters if you want benefits to feed your kids, right? When the administration cut off SNAP benefits, it was Democratic governors who marshaled the resources and moved fast to try to make sure kids didn't go hungry.
Do you think you've been a better governor because you've been more challenged with a split legislature than you would have otherwise been?
I've maybe learned a lot more than I would have otherwise. I do think that there is value to robust debate. It wasn't easy. And some of them shared stages with people that were convicted of wanting to kidnap me and kill me.
And actually shared
And
stages.
I had to sit at the table with them and negotiate a budget. But all that being said, Michiganders, someone asked me, what was your greatest accomplishment? I said getting reelected by 11 points after coming out with a 45-cent gas tax. In my first year.
I mean, you put it in the gas
and
tax
governing
terms.
through COVID.
And COVID, yeah.
And all the other challenges that we had. The fact that Michiganders said, we want you to do this for 4 more years. And by the way, we elected you with 11 points, so I flipped the House and the Senate for the first time in 40 years.
Yeah.
That was the greatest accomplishment, because in those 2 years right after that, we got a ton of things done. Good stuff. And I feel really grateful about that.
And it's interesting, you mentioned the free meals, work you've done with equity, K through 12 education, the literacy commitment, healthcare,
free community college,
community college, and expanded that even further, right? Went deeper.
Every person,
Yeah, in the roads. What's the advice you give to Jocelyn? I mean, she's almost, all things being equal, and she runs the kind of campaign she's capable of running. She'll be the next governor. Are you in the advice dispensing business?
No, you know what? I'm going to.
Do you think you're going to? Did you ever ask?
I hope I'm going to seed the ground, and she can walk in and have what she needs to be successful, and then I'll get the heck out of her here.
And you're not going to have animus that she doesn't call you.
No.
And
God,
she's
no.
done. They've moved on.
She'll have my number, and if she needs it, I will take her
And you
call
don't expect she's going to ever
quickly.
call. You're going to be like, yeah,
No, she's
why would
got
she?
this. She has been a Secretary of State these last 8 years.
Yeah.
We work side by side.
Yeah.
I'll always be there to support her and help her every step of the way, but I'm also not that person who's going to loom over the Capitol and question everything she did. I'm like, okay.
And
Even if her opponent win, that would be my policy too. Like I don't believe in dead hand control. You know,
I appreciate it. But if there is advice, what is it? I mean, she must have asked you.
I think the best thing I did was really surround myself with great people.
Yeah.
I mean, my chief of staff stayed with me.
Didn't you have some you must have had some terrible people.
Oh yeah, we had some turnover. I don't get everything right. I got the majority really we had a great team. I feel
kept them? Did you
I
keep
couldn't
them?
have done it without them.
Yeah.
Oh yeah.
So you
my
had some
chief stayed
longevity?
with me through year 8.
Well, that's insane.
That's unusual. I mean,
No, that's almost
2 to 3
unprecedented.
years usually.
That's actually
right?
ridiculous. That's actually probably unhealthy.
She just left.
Good.
Hopefully she's
For her
getting
own
the
sake.
care she needs.
She get the care. That's funny. But that's great advice. I mean, obviously
that's the
people.
best one. I mean,
Yeah.
there are, and then get to know your fellow governors. You know, it sounds like, BS, but no one can fathom all the different pressures that we are confronting, except for someone who else is in our shoes.
You mentioned money in politics. I mean, public financing? What? Well, I mean, ultimately, seriously, I mean, so much of the work we do at DGA is raising money. And we spend ungodly sums of money to get people elected. Right.
And we got to play by the rules that there are, but we should actually fix the rules in this country. But that's a much harder, longer conversation.
In a Citizens
and
United
I hope Jocelyn
world.
can fix it.
Jocelyn, you have moved on. I thought you were running through the tape.
I am, but
January
the legislature's
1st.
gone. They're all campaigning
Is everybody
now.
literally gone?
They're all
gone.
campaigning now. I mean, they've got a couple of session days.
So no more bills to sign or anything?
I mean, probably not for a while. There might be a few things they come in and do.
That's
but
it. Oh, so
they're all campaigning.
I've got over 1,700 active bills that are.
Oh.
Yeah, so I'm in the middle of legislative session. So I feel like I still have.
Your legislature doesn't leave and go campaign in election years?
No. They've got to get through the next month, but I'll through the middle of September. So well over 1,000 bills likely to sign.
How do you like the way that you guys do elections? I mean, we went to legislative redistricting
counting for
commission.
a month after?
Yeah, well, no, I
Which,
wasn't.
yeah, good. Yeah,
I wasn't doing that.
Oh,
I wasn't pulling that.
She went after
Gavin.
me right there.
No, but the whole prioritizing and the fact that you could have had 2 Republicans.
Open primaries.
Yeah,
There's a real
that
push.
Good?
I thought it was at a time when there was so much dysfunction in California. There were 2 reforms that substantively shifted things in a very positive way. Mm-hmm. One was you don't get paid, legislature, unless you submit the budget on time. So you got to vote on the budget. And there was so much games being played, we could never get a budget done. And we attached a paycheck, by the way, which should be the case in Congress.
How did that? Did you have to amend your constitution to do that?
Yeah.
Or was that,
So went to the voters.
Yeah.
Then they did the open primary as well. And then we did the third leg of the stool would have been independent redistricting, which is the great irony for what we did on Prop 50. And I was a big proponent of independent redistricting, but things have changed, so we needed to change. So we needed to change the Constitution. Started at 46% in that first poll that was done. Public was not there, and eventually won by well over 20, 22, 3 points. People understood what was at stake. And that was litigated temporarily, meaning we amended the Constitution and we'll revert back to our original form after a few cycles. But the open-ended question now is this open primary, because we likely would have, it could have conceivably been just 2 Republicans in the general election.
Right.
Because there were so many Democrats running.
Yep.
And there were just 2 high-profile Republicans that I think for the first time has alarmed people. We also have, it's so mixed. We're the size of 21 state populations combined, and you have 480 plus cities, and each city has different rules, including ranked choice voting. So you have ranked choice voting for your mayor, but not for the state legislature, not for your governor, not for the president. So the confusion, the labyrinth that is. So arguing for some simplicity, and open primaries sort of in that rubric.
Our ballots get pretty long. I mean, there's a citizen initiative for, putting things on the ballot that in the Constitution, but it ain't nothing like California.
No, it's direct democracy run amok. I mean, infamously, right? That's how my recall got on.
Mm-hmm.
It's the lowest threat. It's one of the low. In fact, it is the, I think, lowest threshold in the country. Not that they needed that; they would have easily exceeded it if it was higher to get it on the ballot. But it was so easily abused. We had Arnold Schwarzenegger because of the last recall, or prior to mine. But that's just a perfect example of direct democracy. The problem is it could be bought on either side of the political aisle. Interestingly, we have this year's ballot some public financing opportunity to allow non-charter cities. When I was mayor, we did public financing for mayor's races. Only chartered cities, which there's a handful in California, can do that. This would allow all cities to run with public financing. So it's our effort to sort of continue to chip away at addressing big money. But it's just got him. I mean, what you guys just experienced here with the outside money coming in, it's just obscene. I had raised $84 million for my recall. Then turn around in this Prop 50, we raised $119 million in 90 days. It's obscene.
It's wild.
And so I get why people are pissed and then are criticizing folks for taking big money. Same time, you're trying to save democracy.
Right. There's no way to win an election. I would love more than anything to say, instead of $80 million on a campaign, I'm going to make sure we're going to dedicate all of this to scholarships for kids, or
God bless. Yes.
Pay off everyone's college debt.
Yeah.
And pay off your mortgage, if you don't have college debt.
And all your healthcare debt and everything else. Yeah. Amen.
You could do so much good with the money that we waste on slandering one another,
So that you won't miss, that part of politics. The ruthlessness side.
No, it's hard to lead in these times and hard to run for office, and that's why I'm grateful that there are people who are willing to put their names on the ballot.
Yeah,
and that's why
legitimately,
even when I'm out of office, I want to help people who are willing to do that.
But you still really have a bug for this. Tell the truth.
I have a bug in that I want to stay involved.
Yeah.
The bug isn't I got to run for office.
But if there's a chance for elected office, you would jump at it if it felt right. Of course, see that the pause says it all. We're sitting. We're having a beer at Crunchies. Okay.
Yeah. If it was just the
your
two
old
of us
bar.
talking, maybe.
What do you mean?
There's a
no one
microphone
talking.
in front of my face. I'm a little more thoughtful of the words I'm going to choose.
Wow. Okay. All right. So you are running.
Shut up. God, you are a pain.
It's kind of, come on. It's fun to be on the other side of the mic.
So how early into next year do you declare your candidacy for president?
I can edit this. This is the difference.
God, I'm going to start a podcast just so I can interview
Why don't you one of the
put
few?
you on the hot
Bashir
spot.
has a podcast. These politicians and podcasts. Ted Cruz has a podcast. A lot of politicians. It's good. It's fun.
Is Ted Cruz's fun and
I
good?
don't think so. I don't know, but he has a lot of. I give him credit. He actually has some pretty decent numbers. I'm impressed.
There's a part of me that would like to take a road trip across the country.
We're going to go to national parks.
See some cool. Yes.
Where do you want to
Talk
go?
to Americans and find out what the heck's going on. You know what I mean?
All right.
And then I can help inform your platform.
Fix the damn what?
That'd be helpful.
Yeah. Oh, really?
Fix the damn country.
Fix the damn country. What do you think? Honestly, are you in the? We can revert back to our original form, or
God no.
You're just
There's no reverting back.
Nowhere going back.
No one wants to get back to anywhere.
Yeah.
We have to rethink and reform, and this is a moment Democrats had better come with a solution. We better come with a solution that is better than anything we've ever done in the past. It's not going back to how things used to be. That's not happening.
No.
No, it always cracks me up when people say, the messaging coming out of D.C. is not good. I'm like, no governor is looking at D.C. for messaging. I mean, we're on the ground with our people every day. We know what's going on.
And by the way,
and I'm grateful because the next president has got to have an Avenger-style cabinet because there's so much damn work to do.
I like that.
You got to have the best talented people. It's like not a team of rivals, but kind of like team of rivals, right? Like you got to have the best people because one scintilla of the work that needs to be done is rebuilding a relationship with Canada. And that ain't going to be easy.
You don't think it's easy?
Oh, they are elbows
I heard
up.
Carney the other
They're
day. He was
elbows
attacking
up.
California wine. I'm like, wait, California.
He's not
Be
mad
good.
at California wine. He's
I know,
mad
but he's
at
the
the administration that is punitive and petty.
You know, you asked me. We were talking about mistakes. One of the mistakes I made was spending $5 million on a marketing campaign in Canada to say we're not Washington, D.C. Didn't go well for me. I'm like, damn, they hate us. I was just trying to keep 1.7 million tourists.
I mean,
I'm like, we're the most un-Trump state. We're good. And they're like, no, you're an American.
I keep trying to
Like,
tell them
damn.
that too, but
Jesus, right.
they're
I
mad
imagine.
at us all.
I
They're
know.
mad at us all, and that's why I say, like, you think about all the work that needs to be done.
But
That's
that
just
should
one,
be the easiest.
No,
Come
but-
on.
but
That's
Gavin-
just you. If you were president, all you have to do is go across your bridge and show up, and you'd have standing ovation from millions and millions, tens of millions of Canadians
That's true.
just by showing up.
But
That's how easy.
you earn trust by the teaspoon and you lose it by the bucket.
Yeah.
So it's going to take a long time, and I think it's going to take successive administrations before the world says America's not
It's back.
gone.
Yeah.
We can trust them. They're our allies.
Yeah.
They are leaders in the democratic world, right? Like to be in a place where people want to emulate the United States and trust us and work with us and build with us and fight those that are trying to undermine all of that. It is going to take successive administrations, I think.
That's the
I
challenge.
think a lot of good work can be done fast, but Marvel. You got to think of that Avengers style cabinet.
An Avenger
So
style
put that in your platform.
An Avenger
I
style.
won't charge you anything for that one.
That's amazing. Look at you're running a consultancy here already. So which national park are
That
you
could
going
be
to go
part of
to?
my portfolio.
That's part of your portfolio. I like, by the way, portfolio thinking is the right way to think. By the way, thinking about your life as a portfolio is good as well.
Yeah.
I think it's honestly, it's a very,
I know,
it's a smart
People say,
construct.
do you want to run something? I'm like, I don't want to run something.
Yeah.
I want to help a number of things.
Do you have principles that you live by? Have you thought in those terms? Or do you have a why? Not in politics, but that sort of you're attached to in terms of who you are, what you represent to your family, your husband, relationships with people.
So, I read the book by Sahil Bloom, The 5 Types of Wealth.
Yeah.
It's a great book to read, especially like if you're going into a transition. And I think it's the one that I'll dust off at
Nice.
different transitions in my life. And it's kind of a variation of that question. And it was, who are you? What defines you? You
Yeah.
know, what is it? And I'm the person that shows up when there's a problem and rolls up my sleeve.
Nice.
That's who I am.
And you really, I mean, you
That's who I
you
am.
congruently feel that.
When my mom was sick with cancer,
Yeah,
that's what
yeah.
I did. My kids need something. If
Nice.
I see what's going on in Flint, Michigan, a water crisis, I run for governor. That's who I am. And so I think that's what grounds me. And that's why as I'm thinking about what a portfolio looks like, I got to have that as a part of it. I got to feel like what I
Right.
do is meaningful and does good.
I love that. And do you try to just institute those values, the kids? You talk in those terms with your kids?
Yeah.
You torture them at the dinner table?
Oh, yeah. They make fun of me.
And you're
They
like,
love
oh,
it.
God, Mom, why are you
love
doing this?
Michigan. They do. During the campaign, they had my whole stump speech down, and they were like, "I'm Gretchen Whitmer. I love Michigan." I'm like, "I do love Michigan. Shut up, you ungrateful children."
So a few more months, you're going to be out campaigning all across the country,
Yep.
campaigning for the Democrats,
Yep.
focus on the governor's races. What's your confidence level? There's a Speaker Jeffries, and what do you expect in terms of the Senate race?
We can't make any assumptions, despite how bad the administration's numbers are and how hard the policies have been on our pocketbooks. Right? We got great candidates. We got a lot of work to do, though. Like we just can't make any assumptions. I think it could be a big year if we do what we got to do, and we have the resources. I hate to say it, to do it. We can have a lot of success here. I think we could pick up some congressional seats here in Michigan.
Here as well.
House seats.
Yeah.
I think that there's a possibility that we could have a Democratic trifecta at the state level here in Michigan. I think maybe that's not the case in some other states that you would hope it would be because of the candidate quality and organization, et cetera. But, the fact that we're even talking about a state like Iowa with Rob Sands,
He's impressive.
he's a star.
By the way, everybody should hear that name.
Yeah. Oh, he's a star. He's
He's if he wins, he'll be a household name. Even if he doesn't, this guy is talented.
oh yeah.
Yeah, he's a legit hunter,
Uh-huh. Oh yeah.
like legit.
Not like me.
Definitely not like you.
I could probably take him at euchre though. Do you know euchre?
What Bob Euchre? What? I don't know what
This
you're
is a
talking
Midwestern card game.
about. Oh Jesus! I've just lost all the Midwest cred if I ever had any.
Well, I'll teach you before
my
you
God.
get ready to run for president.
Euchre.
And then, yeah, and Amy Acton. The fact
Amy's
that
great.
we even talk about Ohio,
Isn't that crazy?
Ohio.
But she's impressive. But and she's interesting because she's an OG from the COVID days.
Oh yeah,
But
she
that
stood
built
right
so
next to
much
Mike
trust.
DeWine and informed all the
Yeah.
hard decisions. He was
And you
making
know what?
like
To
we
his
worked
credit, he
closely.
has her back too, which is
Yeah.
fascinating. Republican governor.
Well, Mike was one of my go-tos
Yeah.
during COVID. Like
He was a gentleman back
we worked
then.
very closely
He
together.
morphed a little bit. There was some things I was like, oh, that's not who he is.
Well,
Kind of put a mask on a little for the Trump stuff. But you can't say that. I can't.
He's a Republican,
I
you know,
know.
trying to
Right.
run Ohio.
No,
It's
I get
a
it. I get
tough
it. I
state.
get it. I get it. No, but he was one of the. There was. Now see, you bring me back to a little bit of those days, right?
Yeah.
I mean, the ones that were collaborative and
But like
constructive.
Amy took so much crap, but she did the right thing.
Yeah.
You know, and she earned the respect of the outgoing, longtime Republican public servant Mike DeWine. Like this is,
Yeah.
we've got opportunities, and,
No, but
and
that's
so we
what
can't squander them by, you know, going places where there's not an opportunity, where we don't really have a good shot. We got
Yeah.
to really be focused, and we got to stay talking about things that matter to people,
Yeah. No. Like.
not esoteric, random, possible debates that pundits want us to have, like where the rubber meets the road.
And speaking of the road to the White House comes through Michigan. Were
Yeah,
you?
so I expect we'll see you a lot.
Jesus, I mean, you don't even have to move for your campaign. Let me ask, were you very aggressive in trying to move it first?
I think
or did you get
we
involved?
landed fifth, and I think
Which
that's
is pretty good,
pretty awesome. Yeah.
right?
Yeah.
Was that surprising to you?
No, we worked really hard to make sure we're in the
it
top
was like,
five.
what do you mean surprising?
It's all part of our master plan.
It was already a master plan, but it is a big deal, right?
It is, you know, it for the longest time, right? It was Iowa, New
I know.
Hampshire, South Carolina. Michigan's the most diverse swing state, and so
Yeah,
it
it's
always
interesting.
seemed like
Yeah.
we should be higher up. You know, I'm sure there's wonderful reasons that those other states probably needed to have their voices heard
Right.
early, but
Right.
they weren't really representative of the country. And I feel like Michigan is in a way that
Yeah.
is unique.
That's good.
So
Well,
we'll look forward to seeing you back frequently.
Governor, you're unique. This was fun. I enjoyed this, and I appreciate you coming on. And thanks for inviting me in. I know you were like hanging out here at 3 a.m. back in the day.
Yeah, well,
that's
they
what I
closed
really
at 2,
wanted.
so they
Like
kicked me
I
out
said,
by 2.
No, that's not what the owner said. They said,
Might
you
have been
know,
on the field out back at 3, but
crunchies. What? This is a cool place.
it is. And they've got buckets. You can buy beer by the bucket, and then you dip a pitcher in. It's not sanitary, but
Oh God.
halfway through,
Oh,
you don't
God.
care
No.
if it's sanitary or not.
Halfway through. If you ran for a third term, that would be your commercial.
I'd be drinking out of a
A
bucket.
bucket.
If I ran for a third term, I would need a bucket.
You would need a bucket. Gretchen Whitmer, thank you for being with us.
Thanks, Gavin.